Hello and welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, this particular episode is dedicated to National Women's Month. Women are knowing creatures. They are made in essence from the book Women Who Dance with Wolves. That book right there is an oldie but goodie. I'm actually reading it again. That's how good that book is. But it just gave me so much fire. But before we get into this topic, which I'm so excited about, what's new? Hi, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I pray that each and every one of you are doing well. You are prosperous. You are energetically inclined, healthy, and loved. Guys, this book is such a good book that I feel like if you are at least, I'm trying to see the age. I would go as far as to say between 12 and 13. You should read this book. Every woman should read this book. Being a woman has been in essence a topic at hand, right? A lot of people don't even want to actually touch the topic of woman. What does it mean to be a woman? Well, for one, a person that was physically born as a woman. My journey, I could only speak about my journey. I just feel like with women, we have an essence about us that's built in for so many different things. And if left undeveloped, we can find ourselves in a slew of problems. And this is something that I wish I really understood when I was a young woman. Not saying your girl's old, because you already know she does that, okay? But when I would say about the age of 12, 13. Now, my mother did her best. This is not about mom bashing. My mom is a great mom. She did the best that she could. I have always been, if I had to name myself after a horse, I would say a wild black stallion. In essence, that says a lot about my personality. I have always been a fiery, inquisitive human being. And being of the female species, I have always felt my femininity on overdrive. And this is not about being dainty, by far none. There's no specific thing when it comes to an essence of a woman. I feel like women generally encompass all attributes of just a human being. We are extremely internal creatures. Think about everything that we create comes from within. Literally, we bore children into the world from our wombs. We carry these cells and form into life and create another human being that continues the cycle, right? That is a big hint to how women think, how we are developed, how we interact, how we feel. This is why, for you men out there that listen to the podcast, shout out to you guys. This is why your wife or your girl will say something to you that you felt that she was snooping or following you around somewhere where you couldn't find or see her, right? It's intuition. We legit feel it. We have this beautiful a magical essence within our bodies that has a language of its own. It's a deep source. I personally believe God created women in such because of the important role we play of keeping these vessels safe. We have to be able to be in tune internally to produce life. It's just a thing, and we do it so for those who are able to bring life into the world. We do it in a way where we don't realize, we don't even have to think about it. It's just done. For the same reason you could see a single mother with a child, I was going to say a litter because that's what it looks like. Okay, with 5 kids, 3 kids, 2, even how many, and still do a whole bunch of other things while keeping an eye on everybody, making sure everybody eat, everybody is well taken care of, everybody's needs are being met, their basic needs are being met. That does not, that's something that comes automatically, I feel, when you are a mother. I remember I only was able to do this one time. That was my personal choice. Okay, I was done after the first time, guys, pray for me. Well, I'm over the age now to even think about doing something like that. But when I gave birth to my son, I knew nothing. I was a young mother. I just turned 18. Okay. I had him legit 2 weeks after I was 18. I turned 18. My mother gave me a crash course. Yes, a crash course. I never babysat. I never did any of those things. And I remember her taking her 2 weeks vacation, her 2 weeks vacation to put me on the road of motherhood. Right. And she gave me this crash course of taking care of my son, how to clean him, doing all the things that need to be done. And I remember her, like, the first couple of weeks, she went off to work because she was still helping me do a lot of the things. But for the most part, I was taking care of my child. Okay. And as I should. And I remember maybe, like, at first it was just like I didn't feel that instinct the way people say you feel it right away. I feel like I had, now that I know, I didn't know before, I had postpartum. So that's no joke. So I kind of was like a robot. I didn't feel anything. I was gone. Like, that situation of giving birth was so traumatic. It was so traumatic to me. I was so young that it really took a toll on my mental health. But praise God, I was able to get back to myself with intervention and other than the love of God, my mom, my close family. So I'm really grateful to the help that I had back then. And I know that a lot of women don't have that. And my heart goes out to you. But God is with you. Let me tell you something. Something happened. I remember he was about 2 months. And I remember looking at him. And all of a sudden, he just got really cute to me. I know that sounds, it is what it is. I loved my child, of course. I loved him. But the bond, the relationship, I was just going through the motions, making sure that he was fed, making sure he stood together. Okay. Because he was so little. I had to make sure that this baby, the first thing you want to do is protect your child. You want to make sure that your child succeeds. Right. So once we got over that hurdle, praise God, I fell in love. Something maternal was taking place within me while I was interacting with my baby that I didn't even know what was happening. There was a relationship cultivating, and it was just so beautiful. It doesn't matter how old you are. Once you become a mother, something clicks, something happens. That nurturing side just gets cultivated. It's been known that women have moved tons, I'm telling you, just to save their babies in dire situations, lifting cars. Like, where does all that strength, when you see a lion cub go to war and fend off all, like, maybe hyenas trying to get at the baby, and it's like maybe like 20-1, how does that mother have that type of strength to endure the pain, endure the bruises, but still stand up strong enough to take care of her cubs? Now, I truly believe that is just something that God has implanted within us. And for those who are able to receive that type of experience, my hat goes off to you, because it's not an easy fight, right? It's not an easy fight. Getting up no matter what life throws at you, no matter money, no money, you making it happen. Whatever is not available, it's available, because there's no way that you're going to say to your child, no, right? Not for the basic needs. So this had me thinking in terms of how God has imbued women with such power. I'm going to read something to you guys. It's from Isaiah 65:24. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. What? I'm going to read that again. And that's Isaiah 65:24 reads, before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. This is why when they say a mother's prayer is powerful, okay? When you have somebody praying for you, when you have somebody praying for you, let me tell you something. There's such an energy behind that, because God is already on the battlefield, right? And this is very touchy for me, because I, at one time, worked with the youth, and for over 2 decades of experience we got going on over here. So I know a little something in terms of how women interact, how females interact, how kids interact. But I have seen young ladies be in obscured situations, unfortunately. And I had the pleasure of speaking to their parents. They're usually their mothers, the fathers too sometimes, but usually would be the mothers. And you can tell by the grace of God one of the reasons why this child is still making it. This mother's praying for her child, okay? And being on the opposite end, my mother prayed for me. I wasn't always on the right path, whatever the path is. I feel like, personally, sidebar, I feel like every path leads to another path. It's not about right or wrong path, because somewhere along the line, we are always appointed a decision to make. And it's all about connecting the dots. Whenever we find ourselves making certain decisions and receiving certain outcomes that is not proficient to the things that we want in our lives, once we connect those dots and we realize those things are not in alignment with what we say we would like to have in our lives, this is where the magic starts. So, being a female, allowing yourself to listen to that voice. Listen to what is being told to you. Trust. That's right. Trust yourself. Because it's not until you trust yourself will you be able to find yourself. Trust me. It took me years to get to this place. It took a lot of work, a lot of therapy, and definitely a lot of prayers. But most importantly, I'm so grateful for the prayers that my mom, my grandma has taken upon themselves to do for me. So when Mother's Day comes by, because it's going to be Mother's Day soon, right, guys? Remember when you was a child. And remember the patience that was bestowed upon you. So when you have your little girl, or if you do have your little girl, remember that. And just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let go. Take one more, and let go. Knowing that with every breath that you allow to let go, and every breath that you allow to take in, is you holding space for the ones after you. Guys, be sure to check out all the information down below. I pray that this message finds you in great and lovely spirits. Peace. Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there? And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.